just because of the high profile of it. And we've seen like heavyweight fights between these two. San Antonio, Houston. Houston wins the first game by 25. The Spurs return the favor. What are we expecting the rest of this series? This is a 7-game series, if there is a 7-game series in this first round, correct?
It could be. The injury to William Anthony Parker Jr. will be very difficult to overcome.
Good, right?
No, I'm telling you, I'm not. Just don't think that he can't find you.
He's going to
Will can find you.
names too, right?
But no, I think that's going to shape a lot of what happens in the series. We're going to see how really great Kawhi Leonard is, because Tony Parker, whether he's in the 16th year, whether he's 35 years old or not, was very effective in those games. You know, and even the one they had the blowout loss, he looked like Tony Parker. He looked like the old Tony Parker, not old Tony Parker. So losing him, they're going to play point guard by committee, but Kawhi Leonard's going to have to step up. And these guys who are generally jump shooters, I mean, you live by the three, you die by the three. They're not Golden State, who's one of the top defensive teams in the league as well. Like, a lot of people think they run up the score and all they do is shoot. They play defense. Well, in a way, Houston has some degree of defense, but they don't have defensive stoppers necessarily. Patrick Beverley is 6'1", if that, and you can't depend on him all day. And so this will be a drag out, kind of bang out fight for 7 games. I don't know that San Antonio can outlast them, though.
Yeah.
Because of the loss of Tony Parker, which is odd to say because they've been so consistent. But LaMarcus Aldridge, who is MIA, I think he went to San Antonio with a high, to tell you the truth. He had an opportunity to stay in Portland. He went to did you really think you were going to be the man in San Antonio? Come on, guy.
Yeah,
really?
considering what's there. Yeah.
Come on, guy.
Yeah.
He went to hide, in my opinion. That's me. But, they have all these bigs. They have these really experienced guys. But are they going to beat guys like Lou Williams, who's he doesn't matter what city he's in, he's going to put money in the bank all the time. Eric Gordon's had to come back here because he's been uninjured for the most part. Ryan Anderson, the same thing. I like the way that Mike D'Antoni has what he's done with this team. He's probably going to be the coach of the year. It's going to be tough. I mean, I think it's going to go back and forth. Whoever wins, if they split in Houston, whoever wins Game 5 wins the series.
Okay.
And so, that Game 5 is going to be very pivotal. I mean, I'm not saying anything that people don't know necessarily about playoff games and what are the swing games and what they mean to each team because the stats are there for that. But
it's -3 Houston. You got a feeling on that? -3?
No.
No, I was going to say. I'm just going to lob it out there. I don't know.
No. I mean,
I've never bet before.
They're going to be at home. They're going to be at home. They're going to be feeling comfortable about themselves, and I think that they're going to do a better job of getting James Harden open and for shots that he needs to take.
Yeah, he's got to do better than what he did. He was laying breaks in Game 2.
Well, a lot of guys during the regular season, you see this with DeMar DeRozan. I like DeMar DeRozan. I like his work ethic. He's grown every single year as a player, but these guys who go into the lane and they try to throw their bodies into someone to try and get a foul called in the playoffs, it's dog whistles a lot of times. And then you're going to be frustrated because now you have to go to something else. And what are you going to do? And DeMar DeRozan has to figure that out because he might get more calls here, and James Harden might get more calls at home. Mm-hmm. But you can't depend on that in a 7-game series. You have to do other things.
It's funny that you said go and hide in San Antonio because of the places I've been to, it's hard to actually hide in San Antonio. It's not that big. They see you on the Riverwalk.
Well,
where are you going to go?
I was in training camp with Dennis Rodman down there in
it's like Mexico there. It's Mexico.
Dennis found places in 1990, whatever it was, 3 or 5 or whatever. Yeah, I think it was like 1993. He found places in San Antonio. If you think San Antonio was small now, imagine what it was then.
Sure.
And I'm like, how are you out until 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning? How? But he found him. So, he was pretty visible with the hair and stuff,
I was going to say. Yeah.